Getting better here in this round, though.
Oh, man.
Until that.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
History has been made. Conor McGregor is the UFC lightweight champion.
Conor McGregor, a UFC fighter, grew up in a working-class neighborhood where pubs and football were the main forms of entertainment. Despite being targeted by bullies due to his small stature, McGregor excelled at playing ball. However, a violent incident at school led him to carry a dumbbell in his backpack for self-defense. McGregor's grandfather, a successful amateur boxer, passed away when McGregor was young, but he keeps his grandfather's hat and a photo with all his medals. McGregor's father worked various jobs to support the family, and McGregor himself was born with a fighting spirit.
Very aggressive switch and then a good kick.
Look at the totally different styles there. The low, wide stance of Conor McGregor throwing the shots from the outside. Lots of power from that low, wide.
His upbringing instilled in him the values of hard work and self-reliance, which have aided him in his fighting career. At 12 years old, Conor McGregor joined the Crumlin Boxing Club against his mother's wishes. Under the guidance of his coach, Phil Sutcliffe, McGregor quickly progressed and became a confident and fearless fighter. McGregor acknowledges Sutcliffe's coaching as fundamental to his success and even rented a training space with other future professionals. Though he only won a few lower-ranked tournaments as a junior, McGregor's skills and unpredictability made him stand out. Despite moving to a new area in school, McGregor continued to train and met Tom Egan, who introduced him to mixed martial arts. They bonded over their interest in the Ultimate Fighter show, which McGregor would later participate in. At this time, he was an inexperienced teenager with a fascination for the sport. McGregor's interest in mixed martial arts grew, and he began to learn various kicking and grappling techniques. He turned his backyard barn into a training gym and was inspired by martial arts icons like Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, and Chuck Liddell. Despite his talent in boxing, McGregor found it difficult to focus on the sport and instead pursued his passion for mixed martial arts, much to the disappointment of his trainer. In 2006, Conor McGregor met John Kavanagh, who would become the godfather of Irish MMA, at a jiu-jitsu seminar. McGregor, who had been boxing, wanted to train with Kavanagh and become a UFC champion.
To absolutely nobody! The double champ does what the he wants!
During their first sparring session, McGregor impressed Kavanagh with his strong left punch, but Kavanagh challenged him to a fight after he knocked down a sparring partner. McGregor accepted the challenge and Kavanagh taught him a lesson by taking him down and punching him until he gave up. Despite the beating, McGregor remained determined and proclaimed that he deserved it. McGregor's focus shifted completely to MMA, leaving behind his boxing training with Sutcliffe in 2015. He believed that being an expert in only one area made a fighter a beginner in others and planned to become an expert in all combat disciplines. McGregor was self-confident but not boastful, and respected his fellow fighters at the gym. Despite his incredible striking technique, he needed to work on his wrestling and groundwork. McGregor's frequent disappearances and associations with questionable people outside of the gym were distractions, but his trainers overlooked it, hoping for success in the end. Conor had no plans to attend college, and his parents tried to push him towards becoming a plumber by paying for his vocational internship. However, Conor realized that this wasn't for him and dreamed of becoming a millionaire by the age of 25. He started training under John Kavanagh and had his first amateur bout in 2007, which he won by knocking out his opponent in the first round. A year later, Conor McGregor made his professional debut and won his first 2 fights with 2-month intervals via technical knockouts. In June 2008, he attended the strongest mixed martial arts tournament in the world, Cage Warriors 85 in London, as a VIP guest invited by his friend Egan. While at the event, Chuck Liddell, one of McGregor's idols, took a picture with him, but McGregor also asked Liddell to hit him with a right hook, which Liddell refused. McGregor's excessive confidence in his striking abilities led him to underestimate the importance of grappling, and he neglected it during training, as he was more focused on partying and going to nightclubs. For his third professional fight, McGregor's coach wanted to teach him a lesson, so he raised the bar by matching him against Lithuanian opponent Artemis Saidenkov, who was a winner of the European Combat Sambo Championships. Despite being inferior in striking skills, Saidenkov easily took McGregor to the ground and submitted him with a knee bar, despite McGregor's pre-fight trash talk. McGregor was unable to understand what was happening and eventually tapped out in front of a few hundred spectators. Conor's parents watched his first fight, which ended in just 69 seconds, leaving Conor devastated. He ran out of the cage and disappeared into the stands. Conor also had another problem, as he was selling tickets for the tournament and had promised to return €500, but had spent all the money before the event. He hoped to pay off his debts with his prize money, but he never expected to lose. Conor disappeared after failing to find the money to pay his debts. Eventually, his worried mother contacted John to help her son. John visited Conor and offered him a chance to start over, but only if he admitted to his mistake. Conor agreed and returned to training. He began to recover and started seeing a girl he had met at a party. After a few months, they met again at the same nightclub, where Conor was previously knocked out. Conor and his longtime friend Gunn participated in a historic tournament in Dublin, where Gunn made history as the first Irish native to win. After Conor's loss, he lost touch with his friend Gunn until his debut fight 4 years later. Conor and his girlfriend struggled to make ends meet, and John Kavanagh suggested starting a children's boxing section to cover utility costs. Conor became interested in the Cage of Truth promotion and faced Joe Duffy, a well-known opponent, in a fight that lasted only 38 seconds.
Style of Joe Duffy. With a shot, and that was a very sharp shot, but it looked...
With Duffy easily executing a triangle choke on Conor.
He came out like a steam train.
On the way to Dublin, Conor remained silent the entire time, and his team thought that the audacious Irishman would not return to the gym, especially considering his previous experience. He had decided that if a similar situation were to arise, it would all be over. But just one day later, McGregor was back in the gym and said to his coach, "I was wrong, and I know that you can help me fix this. Let's keep working for the next 6.5 months." He won 4 victories by knockout in the following months, only allowing one opponent to make it to the second round. At the same time, he trained obsessively, paying special attention to Brazilian jiu-jitsu and grappling. Conor McGregor earned himself another contract with a series of wins, including one against Max Holloway, which earned him a new deal for 5 fights. McGregor set his sights on winning the vacant featherweight championship, and he quickly dispatched Norwegian Marcus Brummage in his first fight.
From Conor McGregor, really throwing the legs to the side. Jansen's going to have to do something here.
And that's it. Neil Hall has called a halt to this. Jansen.
He then moved on to face his next opponent, Steve Aoki.
Oh, he's captured Steve Aoki. He's caught him with everything. Getting good underhooks in to defend. And again, the inside elbows coming in.
Becoming very effective this evening.
Wow.
After such a confident performance, McGregor was able to contend for a title in his hometown of Dublin. He faced Hill, and though the Englishman put up a strong fight,
45 pounds is really... Dave Hill in the white. We're underway.
McGregor won by submission with a chokehold.
Last hands and vocabulary shots coming from Conor McGregor
As well, but opting to go back for the strikes.
Good maturity shown by Conor McGregor. He's never been submitted.
It's a lot of
never been
pressure.
stopped. There it is. It is all over. Notorious Conor McGregor is victorious.
The crowd went wild in support of their new hero. Conor's victory over Marcus Brummage
In his hometown of Dublin.
proved that he was more than just a strong left-handed boxer, and his popularity grew exponentially. Despite hopes for a fight in Las Vegas, Conor's team organized his first title defense against Jim Ellers, but the fight was ultimately cancelled due to an injury Conor sustained during sparring with Artem Lobov. Lobov broke Conor's jaw with a hard punch, leading to surgery and 6 weeks of rehabilitation. Conor has since become more cautious during sparring sessions. This was the first and only time Conor's fight was cancelled due to his own fault. Conor's fight with Soler was postponed by Kechurios himself until the end of December in Dublin, but the opponent suffered an injury 5 weeks before the fight. The lightweight title remained vacant until a fight was proposed between Conor and Ivan Buchinger. This option suited both fighters, and Conor had the opportunity to become the first simultaneous champion at Kechurios in 2 weight classes. And he availed that opportunity by knocking out Buchinger in just 3 minutes and 40 seconds with a left hook.
But he'd rather a lot of beer as well, John.
Ivan Buchinger is in some real trouble. And Conor McGregor looks almost...
becoming the new lightweight champion. Conor McGregor proudly walked into the dressing room with 2 belts on his shoulders, basking in the deafening roar of the crowd. His parents were thrilled, and Conor's father reflected on their journey. He had doubted the potential for a career in MMA, but Conor proved him wrong, always one step ahead. When Conor won 2 titles in Dublin, his parents supported him fully. Conor was eagerly waiting for a chance to fight overseas, but after his last victory, he was left without any new fights and relied on his girlfriend's earnings. He began to skip training sessions and avoid conversations with his trainer, John Kavanagh. However, when Kavanagh offered him a spot on the card in Sweden, Conor was interested and agreed to fight. Shortly before this, Dana White visited Dublin at the invitation of a local college. Everyone in the Irish capital talked to him about the talent of their idol and the need to sign a local fighter. When White returned to Las Vegas, he invited Conor McGregor to dinner, after which they took a ride around the city.
King of Las Vegas, Dana White, with the King of Dublin, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Afterwards, White called co-owner Lorenzo Fertitta and said, "I don't know if this guy can fight, but if you at least throw him in there, he'll be a superstar." Conor and Kavanagh faced travel delays to Sweden for Conor's next fight in the big league UFC. Conor stopped to collect his unemployment benefit, causing further delays. Despite the chaotic start, Conor won his debut fight and delivered an unforgettable post-fight speech. Conor's popularity had already been growing in the UK, but his charisma and boldness won over fans in North America. Interestingly, he entered the fight without any sponsor, wearing his own shorts and carrying his team's flag.
Conor McGregor.
For his knockout, in addition to the contracted fee, Conor earned a $60,000 bonus in addition to his contracted fee for his debut fight,
60 G's, baby!
which was more than he had earned in 24 years of his life. He became the first Irishman to win in the tournament, and his confident performance impressed many.
Welcome to the UFC, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So there's been a lot of hype. I guess the hype is real, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
McGregor famously declared, "I'm not just here to take part. I'm here to take over," which became a mantra for his career. Within a year and a half, he would become a millionaire, slightly later than he promised his parents, but still a remarkable achievement. In Ireland, there is a popular legend about a great Celtic warrior named Cuchulainn. He grew up in a small town, constantly under attack from his peers, and learned to fight back with such ferocity that he soon became one of the best warriors in his land. In the end, Cuchulainn is sentenced by his enemies, who had been amassed over the years, and they unite against him, piercing him with magical spears. Before the fatal blow, he ties himself to a sacred stone and dies standing, remembering his rich life and looking into the eyes of his killers. This story is remarkably similar to Conor McGregor's life path, with the only difference being that in recent years he has become more popular than any mythical character. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos and background stories on MMA stars around the world. We will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.
It's ringing around.
Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If they head right, Biggie there, all night. The men's school since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruce, who? Something to us.